The connection between your gut and flu severity might seem strange at first, but when you understand that 70% of your immune cells reside in gut-associated lymphoid tissue, it starts making more sense. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines, plays a massive role in how well you fight off viral infections like influenza. Research shows that gut dysbiosis, meaning an unhealthy imbalance in your microbiome, correlates with worse flu outcomes. Conversely, probiotic supplementation may shorten illness duration and reduce severity. This isn't fringe science. There are meta-analyses showing that certain probiotic strains reduce upper respiratory infection duration by about 1 day on average. The mechanisms are actually quite fascinating. Your gut microbiome produces metabolites, particularly short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, that modulate immune responses throughout your entire body. A healthy microbiome enhances interferon production. Interferons are your body's antiviral proteins. Probiotics support mucosal immunity, which is your first line of defense against pathogens entering through your respiratory tract. They also help regulate inflammatory cytokines, potentially reducing the excessive inflammation that causes flu symptoms. Now, not all probiotics are created equal. The strains that show benefit in research are primarily Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium species. But it's strain-specific, meaning Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG might work while another Lactobacillus strain doesn't. This makes choosing probiotics complicated because labels often don't specify strains clearly. For supplementation during flu, you're looking for multi-strain probiotics containing at least 10 billion colony-forming units daily. Start when symptoms begin and continue throughout illness and for 1 to 2 weeks after recovery. If you've been prescribed antibiotics for a secondary bacterial infection, which happens sometimes with flu, probiotics are even more critical. Take them separated by 2 to 3 hours from the antibiotic to prevent the antibiotic from killing the beneficial bacteria you're trying to introduce. You can also get probiotics from food, and there are advantages to this approach. Yogurt with live active cultures, check the label to make sure it says this, provides beneficial bacteria plus protein and nutrients. Kefir is even more diverse, containing multiple probiotic strains. Sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso offer probiotics along with other beneficial compounds. The downside is that you can't precisely quantify the probiotic dose from food the way you can with supplements. Here's where it gets more sophisticated. Prebiotics. These are fibers that feed your beneficial bacteria. Foods like garlic, onions, bananas, oats, and asparagus contain prebiotic fibers. A symbiotic approach combines probiotics with prebiotics, essentially providing both the beneficial bacteria and their food source. During flu recovery, this can help rebuild a healthy microbiome more quickly. Safety is generally good for probiotics in healthy people. They're well tolerated with minimal side effects, maybe some initial gas or bloating as your system adjusts. However, immunocompromised individuals should consult physicians before taking probiotics because there are rare cases of bacteremia, bacteria entering the bloodstream from probiotic organisms in severely ill patients. This is uncommon but worth knowing. The preventive angle is worth mentioning too. Regular daily probiotic supplementation or consumption of probiotic foods may reduce the frequency of respiratory infections. This is different from taking probiotics only when sick. Think of it as maintaining a strong garrison before the invasion rather than calling in reinforcements during battle. What frustrates me about probiotic research is the variability in study design, making definitive conclusions difficult. Different strains, different doses, different populations, different outcome measures. But the overall trend suggests benefit with minimal risk, which makes probiotics a reasonable addition to flu management. The gut-immune connection represents a shift in how we think about fighting infections. It's not just about attacking the pathogen directly, it's about supporting the entire ecosystem that determines immune competence. Your gut microbiome affects everything from antibody production to inflammatory regulation. Neglecting gut health during illness is neglecting a major determinant of how well and how quickly you recover.